I'm doing rainbow dyed legs on my friend Dublin here. I'm at the beautiful Salon Versace in Virginia Beach, where I'm a groomer. So I get a lot of questions about doggy hair dye. One of the main things is that, you know, some people have misconceptions about how safe it is for dogs and all that. I'm here to tell you that it's incredibly safe. You can actually eat the hair dye that I use. I personally use Opaw's brand and Crazy Liberty. It just kind of depends on like what shade you're going for because they both have different tones of color. But yeah, I mean, you can literally eat the hair dye, it's that safe.
Why don't you prove it? And by the end of this video, if you're not dead, then they'll believe you.
Okay, I'll do it. Oh.
I wasn't expecting that.
I'm not saying you should like flavor a cake with it, but safe. You know, not to mention that dogs don't really see many colors, so it literally makes no difference to them whatsoever if their hair is a funny color because they don't know. Dublin especially loves the extra attention that he gets when he's colorful because we walk down the street and everyone's like, oh my god, your dog is so colorful, and they all want to pet him and he loves it. So the biggest thing when dyeing a dog is picking out a design that you're not going to be sick of, because hair dye, I mean, it lasts a very, very long time. So like for me personally, I like cooler tones like blues, greens, pinks, purples. But like when I put red on my dogs, I get really, really sick of it. And you know, I mean, it'll last like 6 to 7 months because it stays on the hair and pretty much you have to cut it off and redo it then. So really think about what you're gonna do before you do it. Dublin here, this is like the first time in a very long time that he hasn't had any color on him. He normally is sporting a very cool mohawk. If I can figure out how to edit this video, I'll put some pictures of it somewhere in here, and if I don't, this will just be really awkward. But so today, since I cut his mohawk off, I'm going to focus on his legs and I'm going to put some color on his tail. I'm going to do a kind of rainbow look from pink all the way to yellow, focusing on those blue colors. And you know, you want to like lay everything out before you start because you know you don't want to start doing it and then find out that you forgot to find something before you started. So I've got gloves, I've got color brushes that I got at Sally's, and I have my doggy hair dyes here. And you know, when I first started coloring, I just went to Sally's and I got like Manic Panic or whatever they had on hand there, Arctic Fox. Save yourself the trouble and just buy doggy hair dye because it works a million times better and you'll be much happier with it when it doesn't run and stain every other part of your dog. So yeah. Okay, so sometimes, you know, I'll use little Dollar Tree cups and I'll put all of the dyes in them before I start, just so I don't have to, you know, keep like twisting the tops off. But I'll just twist them all off now. And I have them laid out in the order I'm gonna put them on him. You know, you wanna have like a plan when you start. And obviously, you know, do it somewhere that you're not gonna like stain the walls. If you're doing a tail, you can wrap the tail in something while it processes. Damn it, I'm saying a lot. So I have 2 different brushes here, and with one of them, I'm going to start with the lightest color on this side, which is the pink. And then, you know, I'll work into the purple and the blue, and I kind of want it to fade a little bit, so it doesn't really matter if I'm using the same brush. But then once I, you know, get back to my greens and yellows, I'm gonna switch over to a different brush so that the color doesn't come out muddy, if that makes sense. And I'm just gonna start right here with the pink. I just kind of put some on my brush. And then I'm just gonna paint it on the coat and make sure that you kind of get it like right down right down to the root of the hair that you're coloring. And since I'm trying to blend it, like, it doesn't really have to be perfect, but you do want to make sure that it's fully saturated. Okay, so I'm starting with the pink here, and you just want to fully saturate the hair. Since I'm doing like a rainbow type thing, it doesn't really have to be perfect because the colors, I want them to kind of blend together anyway. And you really want to get down to like the root of the hair. I'm lucky enough to have a dog that lets me do this to him. Other dogs don't so much like their legs touched. have to wait about 30-40 minutes for it to process. So in that time, you know, if they're wrapped up, you can take them out of the tub and, you know, let them go about their business. If it's just painted on them like this, sometimes, you know, I'll give him like a bully stick or something and just hang out and wait. So I waited about 30 minutes and then I rinsed Dublin. And then once you rinse them, you can just shampoo them like normal. You aren't gonna change the color in any way. It's kind of set in stone once you rinse them. And then, you know, blow dry them like normal, and then I'll give them a little trim. But you can already tell how bright the color is. These dyes are amazing.